Okay, this is scoping out of course suggestion number 1. This is sort of Ferntree Gully, Scoresby area, not far from the Knox track, and I'll take to that after I've gone through one lap. So basically it's a 3.8 kilometre lap, so pretty flat course, about 7 metres rise between lowest and highest points. The only downside is there's going to be 2 U-turns. There's possible ways around it, but I'll take you to a 3.8 kilometre course and just stop it and start it at various corners and so forth. So I'll take this line in the road here as the start point, and as you can see, I was looking down the track, so a bit of a slight downhill start, and I will start us off in 1 second. Okay. Okay, starting now. So I'm not going to take the whole course, but here's basically the start. We've heading down the road, and I'll start again at the next corner. Okay, coming to the first corner, it's a bit of a sweeping corner. We're about 200 metres into the race now, or into the first lap. As you see, nice wide road. It's a sort of Good Friday, typical what it would be like on a Sunday. So a pretty wide ranging road. So I'll take you around the corner. And you see that into the next straightaway bit. Okay, about 500 metres into the course, this is where we've come from just then. On the way back, just as a note, this will be a road we'll be turning up. So I'll continue on the course up here, up into a sweeping bend. About 650 into the lap. I've gone through that first bend and coming up to another sweeping bend. Again, you can see nice and flat. Okay, sweeping around the corner now, about 820 metres into the lap. Okay, we're now at 1k mark. Come from there, and we're heading into the first real right-hand turn. So we're coming from, this is Rushdale Road if you want to have reference point, and we'll be turning into Henderson Road. So coming around the corner, still a very wide road. As you can see now, I've got a nice long flat straightaway. So 300 metres after the corner, so about 1.3. Still tracking along a nice dead straight road, nice and flat. 1.5k, it's got a nice long stretch there, well over 500 metres flat. And now about to come up to a bit of a sweeping left-hander, not far away from where we're going to do the turnaround. So now just come around that bend, so that's eventually a road up ahead, so obviously we won't be able to go that far. So some stage between now and then we'll have to have a bit of a U-turn, which is unfortunate, but on this course it's probably one of our only options. So I'll probably go up another 20 metres, go to about, say, this point here, we're just under 1.7, we'll U-turn, and heading back, 1.75, again that's the straight we've just come down. So it's not the most glamorous race site, but I'm here for sightseeing, here for a nice flat, fast course. A 2k point. Okay, just under 2.3 now. This is where we turned right before we went down that long stretch, so we're about to turn left, but I'm just going to point out, if you head up there, see towards the end of the road there, we do have the option of actually going, in fact, that white fence up there, which is a dead end road, we actually do have the option of turning left onto a bike path. From my point, probably not the most desirable, because we miss out on that nice long stretch, but I suppose it is an option if we wanted to look at it. Just made the left-hand turn, now we're heading back down the other road again. We'll avoid the switchback on the second part of the course by taking a left-hand corner soon, which I'll take you through soon. 2.5k at the moment. Coming back around the bend, still dead flat. Just over 2.8 now. If you look up the road, that's where we came from, probably in the first 500 metres of the course. This is turn we're turning to Gilbert Park Drive now. So we do a left-hander and head up this road. 2.95, we're just going up a very, very slight rise before we head back down a little one again, but it's barely noticeable. Okay, we're at 3k, still moving along this road. Okay, we do have the option to turn down this road, but it's not part of the planned course, but if for some reason we had limited like road closures, that street would be an option, but we'll continue on. Okay, at 3.3, back turn right into Griffith Court. So we've come from just up, no, that rise before, just down a little bit. So Griffith Street, sorry. It's opposite big baseball complex for if you want to reference in your motorways. And then we turn into a very short straightaway before we do another right hand turn. Okay, 3.47 into it. This would be, I would say, probably just about the hilliest part of the course. As you can see, it's massive. It's probably, I'll have to rise at least 3 or 4 metres over 100. So yeah, basically this would be the hilliest point. So coming up to the corner. Doing a right hand turn to finish this lap off. The 3.55. Okay, 3.65. That's where we've come from. Again, that continues up the hill a little bit. So this would probably be the highest part of the course where we started. And we're coming back, if you know, the reference point at the start with a road change colour. And we're at 1 lap now, and it's 3.68. So we can basically become 3.6 or 3.8, really depending where you make that U-turn. So that's 1 lap on the proposed course. I'll just take you through a couple of other options we could use if needed. Okay, for reference point in terms of ease of parking of this one, that's where it probably is quite handy. That's our start point. We're basically off a very short street here, so which is probably only 50, 60 metres. Okay, so it's come to the end of this street. As you can see now, this is basically, that's the Knox Athletics Complex, and here's a car park. So basically, in terms of car parking options, this one would be huge. It would hold heaps of car parks. So basically, people park here, they go up that road, and there's the start of the course, or we could start the course, we could finish there if we wanted to. So that's parking options. Just another thing, you could potentially use this as part of the course as well. It'd be a bit tricky. You'd have to cross this road over here, which probably wouldn't be as popular. It's a bit of a thoroughfare for locals, but you could actually use that as a bit of a lap in there if you want. Okay, the track's closed at the moment because they're going to do track. Going to repair the track, but as you can see, as an option, you know, have to get in conjunction with the Knox Club, but we could potentially finish on the track as well. You can come through that street there, through the car park, finish on the track, and also just take you around the back to the bike paths as well. Okay, just a bit of a B or C option if you're sort of really were against the switchbacks but like the course. This is part of the bike track. Track's there, this is the back part of the track. In a race before, I have actually sort of had a situation where they run on this track, then done a left hand through this grass. Again, not desirable, but there's a gate just there, with a little bit, only probably 20 metres over the grass, actually onto the track. So you could actually make a longer loop coming where I'll show you in a minute through there, but not desired, but I thought I'd show you anyway. Okay, this is the main bike path. Basically runs along, pretty flat, there's a bit of a rise there, but there's the track sort of, probably zoom in up that way. If I was to take the option before we go through the gate, you basically just track down here for about 400 metres, so pretty similar sort of track the whole way, that sort of width. Again, not my desired, I'd probably think the road's a better option, but again, where I pointed out before on the road, where you can duck in past that roadblock, it's probably 1 kilometre up the road from this point here, so there's basically pretty typically this type of bike path the whole way up. So you could then come down to the point I just showed you, or if you look up sort of here, we can see where the path sort of, where that yellow sign is, that actually leads into the car park, so you turn down there as well. Okay, that's the road that runs adjacent to the car park, and there's a bike path I was talking about. So if we come through that white road barrier I showed you earlier, this is the bike path we'll be coming down. So you can come down here, turn down this road back to the car park, or you can continue up that way and do that left hand turn where you go through the gate. That's probably about all I can show you.